Okay, I'm joined once again by Chair Lady Edith Taylor Langster to my right. Thank you, Chair Lady. And also joined by Cynthia Kroom, the Executive Director of the Metro Action Commission. Cynthia, if you would, please introduce who you have brought with you and begin your budget presentation to the committee.
Thank you so much. I'm pleased to introduce to everyone to my right, our board chair, Dr. Lavinia Steele, and to my left, our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Tyranda Burgess. If it's okay, I'll begin.
Yes, ma'am.
With some basic comments by saying that we are pleased with the budget as the mayor has presented it on behalf of the Metropolitan Action Commission. For the sake of this body and anyone else who might be observing these proceedings, allow me to say that the Metropolitan Action Commission is the community action agency for Nashville and Davidson County. We are charged specifically with the responsibility of addressing concerns for individuals with low income. We do that through a variety of ways. One, through a focus on education. The education program of the Metropolitan Action Commission is seen through first its Head Start and its Early Head Start program, which serves over 1,500 children in Davidson County. Those children receive early education services through our organization. In addition to that, we offer adult education, where we offer both the GED for adults to help prepare them for work, as well as offering college prep classes, as well as dollars to assist with entry into college, also with the design to help individuals who need to go to work. Over the summer, we provide meals for over 4,000 children in Davidson County at over 100 locations. Those meals are prepared by the nutrition team of the Metropolitan Action Commission. In addition to that, we provide energy assistance, rent and mortgage assistance. We also provide food supplements for elderly individuals, as well as fans and air conditioning. Our budget is over $24 million. We serve over 20,000 constituents in Davidson County. We employ approximately 360 individuals, including our seasonal staff, and that's all I'll share at this time. It's glad to be before you. I look forward to taking all of your questions.
Thank you very much. Councilman Tigard, you're recognized.
Thank you, Ms. Groom. Thank you for being here. Cell phones that you provide to your employees, can you give us a breakdown?
I can. Thank you for the question. We have approximately 83 cell phones in our organization. We have a fleet of 26 buses. All of our buses are equipped with cell phones. Every site-based manager of our 7 locations and their assistants also have cell phones. The bus cell phones are kept on site until it's time for the buses to leave to pick up children. Our managers, meaning the leadership team members that report to me, have cell phones. Our nutrition team leaders who are responsible for providing the meals and delivering those meals to the children also have cell phones. So we have approximately 83 in the agency. The summer food service program staff, when we offer the summer food program, the monitors who are out monitoring the 100 locations that we have over the summer also utilize cell phones.
Okay. And other than the buses, are there any vehicles provided to employees?
There are no vehicles that are actually provided to employees. We do have vehicles, but they are not take-home vehicles, and they are used in the day-to-day operation of the organization.
Okay. And I think I saw you back there when I asked the question of social services. Can you also provide us a brief recap of the pros and cons of what it would mean to combine your 2 agencies into one, and the economies of scale that might be achieved, and also any pitfalls or a reason why it might be a bad idea?
Okay. I will do that, and if I can also, Councilman Tigard, just add, when the question was asked about is there duplication of service, our response is a different response to the response that Metro Social Services had. I do agree with Councilman Hunt that the comprehensive nature of our services and the numbers of people we serve, also our mission is designed to provide services that help bring people out of poverty. It's not designed to be simply a social service function. So yes, I look forward to providing you that information. I think it'll be very enlightening for you.
Okay. And final question, you mentioned your summer food program. Do you have any involvement in community gardens?
We are having some early discussions now with people in a variety of neighborhoods about community gardens, and our new kitchen is scheduled to be built. And one of the things that we're looking at there is how we grow some of our own food that we prepare through the nutrition program. So yes, we are discussing that with a number of neighborhood groups, but also looking at it internally.
If you would keep us in the loop on progress there also. Thank you.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Bednay, you're recognized.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for being here. My question is kind of the same question that I asked before. I'm trying to find out if your department is trying to leverage other nonprofits and other available monies out there that don't necessarily come out of Nashville to provide services to the community. So I was wondering if you're keeping track or if you guys are proactively recommending to the people of Nashville services that they could use besides the one that you offer.
Thank you for that. We do. There are a number of partnerships that we engage in, and I'd like to just share, because you probably don't know this. During our federal review, one of the exemplary practices for our organization was its utilization of partnerships, so that it is not the only entity that has to provide all of the funds necessary for service. So we connect with a number of resources, and I'll give you one example. The VITA sites that are done to help people with their taxes. That's not something that we provide, but we're able to link the customers in our organization to those services. In addition to that, we do a great deal of work with the health department around services to children. There are a number of partnerships that we are involved in the community that we think leverages large amounts of dollars that doesn't require us to be the only one who's contributing from a financial perspective.
Is that something you're keeping track of? I mean, is there any way to find out how successful we are in becoming a gateway for all these other agencies?
It is something that we track, and it is something that we can provide to you. That's a document we can pull together. We're also required by our federal funder to be able to show how many dollars we're actually leveraging against the dollars that they are providing.
Thank you. Council Lady Gilmore, you're recognized.
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to compliment Ms. Crooms. I really appreciate you. And I'm not just saying that. 219,000 breakfasts to children. And a lot of people know that kids during the school year, breakfast and lunch are the only meals they get if they're in poverty. So for you to do this in the summertime, I want to commend you for that. Additionally, education. We talk about education being so important. The fact that you have Head Start and kids that normally wouldn't have access, or parents who wouldn't have dollars to it, the opportunity for them to have an education at a early age, and that's been documented. So I appreciate your work, and moreover, I appreciate you coming into the community, building partnerships, and dealing with sometimes my difficult constituents. So I publicly want to thank you for that, and I appreciate what you do for the city of Nashville. You make us look good. Thank you.
Thank you. That's our pleasure. Thank you.
Councilman Pardue, you're recognized.
Yes, ma'am. My question, I was looking at your organizational structure. Who, if anybody, investigates these people that come to ask for help? Do we have any fraud investigators or anything like that?
We are required, you probably know this, and I know that you do, we are 83% federally funded. And so when individuals come in for assistance for our organization, we are required to follow whatever the federal regulations are. If the federal regulations do not stipulate or mandate that we are to investigate people when they're coming in, then we do not do so. Now, I'm going to then give you an additional answer to that question. There are things within our system that alert us when somebody is potentially trying to receive our service fraudulently. We are required to require Social Security numbers for anyone who receives services through the Energy Assistance Program. That is a requirement for our organization. What we have the ability to do is when people come in, if we see certain numbers that duplicate in a household, where suddenly this Social Security number was served in this household, then we stop the process and look into that. Based on the regulations that we fall under, that then disqualifies that household for service. And so there are things that are built in with the attempts to catch those types of activities. Can I tell you that we believe that that's 100% foolproof? We do not, but we think that the system has some things built into it that alerts us that this is something that we need to investigate further.
Thank you, ma'am.
Councilman Davis, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here, and thanks for the work you do. I've sent several constituents your way, and as far as I know, they've been taken care of well. I just wonder, is there any follow-up that I could be doing? You know, again, as far as I know, I've sent them to you. I think they've been taken care of. Is there any kind of reporting or anything I can do? Do we have a council liaison that maybe I could follow up with more on the folks I do send your way? And I thank you again for your service.
You can call us directly. You should have received a quarterly report from us. It gives you the address, not the name of everyone from your district that we serve, but always just call us or send us an email and just give us the name and say that you're following up to see what is the status of service to this particular individual. That's not a problem at all. In fact, when we leave, we'll give you the specific name of the person you should contact.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Councilman Claiborne, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Croom, what percentage, if any, of our supplement to your budget is a required match to federal funds that you get?
20% is the required federal match that our government provides, and I will say that our government does an incredible job of helping us meet our match. And I'll give you this as another example just so you'll know. In addition to the cash match that the government makes to our organization, every time there's a capital project done for us, a Head Start building that's built, we're allowed to count the depreciation on that building to also go toward that 20% match. So it's a huge help to us, and it also covers costs that the federal government is very clear to us that they will not provide the funding for.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Westerholm, you're recognized.
Thank you. So a couple quick questions. One, it looks like there's quite a few vacant positions that you guys have. Is that something that is generally, is it seasonal?
It is seasonal.
Okay.
That we, for example, we're getting ready to ramp up with about 40 people who will work the summer food service program. So it is seasonal, and that would be expected for us.
Okay. My other question was on the lack of a case management database. Is that something that you guys have a long-range plan to try to implement?
We have a long-range desire, because when we use that information, we're talking about a database that crosses metro departments. We think it would be very helpful, and I think this gets a little bit to Councilman Tigert's question. We think it would be very helpful if we have a database that links us not just to social services, but to the health department, because so many of the people that we serve use a number of metropolitan government services, and so to have one intake location through the system, and a system that would also refer individuals to other departments without having to make a phone call or sending people over. So we've talked for a number of years about that. We know that the budget constraints for that are huge, but we're not thinking just Metro Action. We believe that's important for a number of agencies that provide the types of services that we do.
Are you aware of any other cities that have a program like that you'd like to model?
We've seen some groups that have similar links. I can't right off the top of my head call the names of them, but we've looked at this quite extensively. Again, not just our department, but the IT department looking with us because we think this will be a big help to the government.
All right, well, thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Chairwoman Lancaster, did you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Ms. Crooms, I really want to tell you thank you for feeding so many children breakfast and lunch, and these are probably the only meals that they receive that day, and it's really commendable the amount that you do service. Can you talk to me again about your vendor process for fresh fruits and vegetables? Are you with the same company? Do you rotate it? We've talked about and corresponded about this before. Where are you in the cycle now?
Well, I appreciate the question, and you're right, we have talked about it a number of times. We follow Metropolitan Government's procurement process. We work through the procurement department here, and there is a bid process for all of our food related services, and so we work with the purchasing team around those contracts, and I'm not sure, where are we in? We're at year 3 of 5 is what Tyronda is sharing with me with the food service contracts, so they will come up for bid in another couple of years.
So you stay with the same vendor, fresh fruits and vegetables, for 5 years?
Yes, ma'am. The
And
Metro.
then- And then you set out for RFP?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, could you alert me as to who was the successful vendor? How many vendors did apply? But we'll probably see each other before the 2-year cycle commences. And again, thank you for feeding our children.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chairwoman Lankster. I don't have any other members in my queue, so Cynthia, we sure appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.